Hello, boys and girls. This is Woodbridge Mayor John McCormick, and I'm here doing what I love doing, which is reading to you, the kids of Woodbridge. Today's book is called Officer Buckle and Gloria, and it's a pretty cool book. I'll get to these later. It's by Peggy Rathman. Officer Buckle knew more safety tips than anyone else in Knappville. Every time he thought of a new one, he thumbtacked it to the bulletin board. Safety tip number 77, never stand on a swivel chair. Officer Buckle shared his safety tips with the students at Knappville School. Nobody ever listened. Sometimes there was snoring. Afterward, it was business as usual. Mrs. Topple, the principal, I just realized that Topple, that's pretty funny. Mrs. Topple, the principal, took down the welcome banner. Never stand on a swivel chair, said Officer Buckle, but Mrs. Topple didn't hear him, and she toppled. Then one day, Knappville's police department bought a police dog named Gloria. When it was time for Officer Buckle to give the safety speech at the school, Gloria went along. "Children, this is Gloria," announced Officer Buckle. "Gloria obeys my commands. Gloria, sit." And Gloria sat. Officer Buckle gave safety tip number 1, keep your shoelaces tied. The children sat up and stared. Officer Buckle checked to see if Gloria was sitting at attention. She was. Safety tip number 2, said Officer Buckle, always wipe up spills before someone slips and falls. The children's eyes popped. Officer Buckle checked on Gloria again. Good dog, he said. Officer Buckle thought of a safety tip he had discovered that morning. Never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it. That's good advice. The audience roared. Officer Buckle grinned. He said the rest of the tips with plenty of expression. The children clapped their hands and cheered. Some of them laughed until they cried. Officer Buckle was surprised. He had never noticed how funny safety tips could be. After this safety speech, there wasn't a single accident. The next day, an enormous envelope arrived at the police station. It was stuffed with thank you letters from the students at Knappville School. Every letter had a drawing of Gloria on it. Officer Buckle thought the drawing showed a lot of imagination. Dear Gloria and Officer Buckle, thanks for coming to our school. You are nice. Your friend George. His favorite letter was written on a star-shaped piece of paper. It said, you and Gloria make a good team. Your friend Claire. P.S. I always wear a crash helmet. Safety tip number 7. Officer Buckle was thumbtacking Claire's letter to his bulletin board when the phone started ringing. Grade schools, high schools, and daycare centers were calling about the safety speech. Officer Buckle, they said, our students want to hear your safety tips, and please bring along the police dog. Officer Buckle told his safety tips to 313 schools. Everywhere he and Gloria went, children sat up and listened. After every speech, Officer Buckle took Gloria out for ice cream. Officer Buckle loved having a buddy. Then one day, a television news team videotaped Officer Buckle in the State College auditorium. When he finished safety tip number 99, do not go swimming during electrical storms, the students jumped to their feet and applauded. Bravo, bravo, they cheered. Officer Buckle bowed again and again. That night, Officer Buckle watched himself on the 10 o'clock news. The next day, the principal of Knappville School telephoned the police station. Good morning, Officer Buckle, it's time for our safety speech. Officer Buckle frowned. I'm not giving any more speeches. Nobody looks at me anyway. Oh, said Mrs. Topple. Well, how about Gloria? Could she come? Someone else from the police station gave Gloria a ride to the school. Gloria sat on stage looking lonely. Then she fell asleep. So did the audience. After Gloria left, Knappville School had its biggest accident ever. It started with a puddle of banana pudding, splat, splatter, sploosh. Everyone slid smack into Mrs. Topple, who screamed and let go of the hammer. The next morning, a pile of letters arrived at the police station. Every letter had a drawing of the accident. Officer Buckle was shocked. At the bottom of the pile was a note written on a paper star. Officer Buckle smiled. The note said, Gloria missed you yesterday. Your friend Claire. P.S. Don't worry, I was wearing my helmet. Safety tip number 7. Gloria gave Officer Buckle a big kiss on the nose. Officer Buckle gave Gloria a nice pat on the back. Then Officer Buckle thought of his best safety tip yet. Safety tip 101, always stick with your buddy. That's a pretty good book. Now in here, each star has a safety tip, so let's read them. Say no to drugs. That's a very important safety tip. Wash your hands after you use the toilet. Never put anything in your ear. Never accept rides from strangers. Obey all traffic signs. Never sit too close to the television. Never eat mayonnaise that's been sitting in the sun. That's a good one. Never play in the microwave oven. Okay. Never take other people's medicine. Always pull the toothpick out of your sandwich. Never play with spray cans. Never tilt your chair back on two legs. Never play with matches. Never bother a big dog while it's eating. And on the back page, never fly kites near power lines. Never play loud music into headphones. Never give information over the phone to strangers. Look both ways before crossing the street. Never take other people's medicine. Never eat raw hamburger. Check how deep the water is before you dive. Never leave a bar of soap where someone might step on it. Stay away from guns. Stay away from cigarettes. Never put anything up your nose. Never play alone in the car. Keep shoes and a flashlight under your bed. And buckle your seatbelt. These are words to live by, boys and girls. Officer Buckle's very important safety tips. So you know how every story has a moral. There's always something the author wants you to think about when you're done reading the book. You probably have some ideas, but I can't see you or hear you, so I'll tell you what I think the moral of the story is. Teamwork. Officer Buckle was nothing without his dog, and you saw the dog without Officer Buckle. That was no good either. But together, they made a fantastic team, and when they worked together, great things happened, and there were no accidents. And when they stopped working together, it got crazy in the school and had the worst accident ever. So it's very important that you understand that teamwork is what's important, and you always have to put yourself on a team, and you have to work together as a team, and then the team succeeds, so you succeed. Thank you for listening, boys and girls. I'll talk to you again soon.